must feel pretty good to get a win for that group, that sort of odd group that played really hard all night.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was. There's guys over there. You're just trying to find some combinations. It was a they had a couple bigs. They went small. We went small. It was kind of all kinds of stuff going on as far as who was in the game. But you're right. That group kind of part of the second unit and part of the first there really had a nice long run. I would imagine their plus minus looks pretty good. Yeah, as it does. Aaron plus 20, Yuta plus 18. Those guys wouldn't maybe think they were that big of a factor in the game, but obviously they were.
Oftentimes, you might call a timeout in that final situation. Then you let Gary run it up and take the shot. Was that because of the flow of the game and the guys out there, or what's the reasoning behind that?
Well, I'm those are tough. I think it's like if it's a rebound where maybe you're facing the other direction, Doug, or something. I mean, Gary caught that thing, the rebound facing the open floor.
Yeah.
I almost called it, right, because it's always kind of bang bang. You're making a split second decision there, but I thought he got the rebound facing the right direction, and I looked up and there was 5.3 or something, and I figured, well, here we go. We're just gonna have plenty of time to get it up there and get a shot, and it's a tough one, right? Because sometimes, that doesn't go in, and you guys are all over me about not taking the timeout. But sometimes when you take the timeout, it's tough. It's a tough grind to get open, and they're set, and they're back, and they're switching, and they put their best defenders in. Whatever they want to do, there's lots of reasons not to take it, and at least we got fortunate. Listen, that was fortunate that happened that way. But we're due. We were due one of those to go in. I've been saying that for a while. So, heads up. I say, look out.
Yeah, thanks very much, Nick. As always, appreciate it.
Thanks, Doug.
We'll go to Mike.
Hey, Nick. Wanted to ask you about the decision to go with Bembry, sort of as your starting point, if you call him that, over Malachi. What went into that? Was it Russell? Was it mostly that?
Well, prior to the game, it was Beal was supposed to be coming back too, Mike.
Yeah.
We could have done some. I didn't really want to give Malachi his first start against one of those two guys. So we had prepared yesterday and today that way. And then when Beal was out, there was a chance to switch it back, but we'd already kind of prepared that way. I didn't like it, to be honest with you. I mean, it worked out, and Malachi played great in that role, but I didn't think that group, for whatever reason, they got up to a bad start, and they got off to a bad start in the second half, too. So, I don't know. I guess maybe it worked out, I guess. And Malachi had a great game, so it was good to see him, play whatever. He played virtually starters minutes tonight, and that's what I was planning anyway, that he would play virtually starters minutes, but is really, really – packing the box score there, right? 4 steals, a couple blocks, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. I mean, really, really good game by him.
And he seemed really assertive tonight, far more assertive than we've seen him all year.
Yeah. And I think, again, Mike, we've asked him to really start attacking the rim, right? And he's just got to be more aggressive, like right up the floor when he sees an opening. He's got to shoot in there, and he doesn't have to shoot. He can keep his dribble alive. You see guys – Nash out, Steve Nash, just keep the thing alive, but he's got to be aggressive that way, and that is huge. That if he can, blast through there and get a few layups here and there, that goes a long way to helping our offense.
All right, congrats, Nick. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll go to Josh.
Hey, Nick. Gary hasn't even been a Raptor for a couple weeks. He's already had some big moments, some big scoring nights, the career high, and then tonight. Have you learned anything about him, either as a person or as a player, in terms of how he kind of steps up to these moments?
Well, I think he's got some scoring in him, Josh. He obviously can shoot the 3. He's got a little shake to get inside the line when they run him off. He's got a little one-on-one ability as well. I think there's some. There's so much room for growth there, Josh. I mean, he's still like. And understandably, it's not easy to come in and try to learn like a new system. So he still doesn't know a lot of the sets or the wrinkles or the counters. So he's just kind of out there playing. And defensively, again, I think it's a whole new thing for him. So we've got to just keep working on him and get him to where he needs to be on the help side and good. But I like the scoring for sure. I like the desire on defense. I like the feet on defense, and then we just got to get him kind of up to speed as quick as we can.
In those last few minutes there, Fred was standing on the sideline with you and the coaches. I'm sure you'd rather have him on the court, but what was it like having him on the bench with you guys today? It looked like he was chipping in.
Yeah, he was great, Josh. Really, he was. He was really positive, motivating the guys. Really good. I thought his voice and stuff on the timeouts and guys were coming off the floor and all that stuff was a real positive influence. That was nice to see.
Great. Thanks, Nick. Have a good night.
Thanks, Josh.
Next question goes to William.
Hey, Coach. Congrats on the win. So Malachi Flynn today, 4 steals, 2 blocks, made a number of tough drives going to the basket. Did you start to see some of the Fred VanVleet comparisons there, especially when you look at that, the two-way performance from him?
I do. The biggest thing I see is somehow he gets 2 blocks. I feel like those are steals. I don't, like the other night, Fred had 5 blocks or something, and I was like, I don't really remember Fred swatting shots out of there. I need to check the definition on those 2 categories. But no, that's what. Again, we've asked him to try to get a little, I call it dirtier. Get on the floor some, get your hands in some, knock the ball away some. Make some plays at both ends, and then again, he's got to the rim a little bit more. He's doing fine. He's making some progress here.
And obviously, you started with Chris, but you decided to close a lot of the fourth quarter with Aaron, and he seemed to bring a lot of stability. What went into your decision for that, and what did you think of Aaron's game tonight?
Well, Chris had a tough night going. Right, he wasn't making the 3 ball. He had a few finishes around the rim that he couldn't quite, get to an angle where it was more of an open shot. So that'll happen. No big deal. He'll bounce back tomorrow and probably be just the opposite. Probably go 9 for 12 tomorrow or something. So that's the way it is on the night. So we go with Aaron. Aaron gets a really nice stretch there, really nice, and then had a couple tough plays there. I thought he got smacked a little bit by Westbrook on one of them. So then I just decided to bring Gary back and go small and to finish the last couple minutes, but it was a hell of a stretch by Aaron there.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yep, thanks, William.
We'll go to Christos from Sports DNA in Greece.
Hello, Coach. Congratulations on the win. And 2 nights ago, you made one of the easiest wins of the season against the Warriors. Tonight, you won with a buzzer beater. What did you learn about your team in the last couple of games?
Well, I always say there's a million ways to win a game, and we just found 2 extremely different ones out of that million. Nothing. I think the guys, the other night it was just one of those nights. Team coming on a back-to-back was tough, whatever, and we just got rolling. Everything we shot went in, and everything they shot didn't. Happens, 4 or 5 times in a season. Tonight we're really, missing a lot of key players, but I thought we just hung in there and worked and believed we could stay in the game, and then gave ourselves a chance and did it.
And speaking for Gary Trent Jr., did you expect for him to be so effective from his very first days in the team? And what do you impress you most about his game?
Well, I don't think it's ever easy to just kind of all of a sudden wake up on one team, a new team, and you've been traded. But you can see he's got a real scorer's mentality in there. To be able to just kind of roll into a gym on a new team, and I don't know, he's got his career high, and he's had several games around 20 at 16 tonight. It wasn't his best night tonight, but he still scratched out 16 points. So he's got some game in there that travels, obviously, and that's it's pretty valuable. It really is, to be able to just kind of be a bucket getter like that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go to Takeshi.
Coach, congratulations on the win. And I'd like to ask you about the Utah matched up with Russell Westbrook in the fourth quarter, just a couple of times. Yeah. Was that your intention, or was it just the thing come around in the
Yeah,
game?
Yuta's a really good defender, Takeshi, as you know, right? He's got some length, he's got some effort, he's got really good feet, he's able to get his body in front of people. So Bembry picked up his fifth, so we moved Bembry off him and put OG on him, and then I had that brief little about 2-minute run or 90-second run. I just wanted to give OG a little rest to bring him back to close because he played a long stretch. So then it went to Yuta, and Yuta did a good job. You had a good game tonight. Really good game. Yep.
How can you grade from A to D?
He had 2 points, but was plus 18 on the plus minus. So he was effective with his group out there tonight.
Thanks, Takeshi. One more for you, Coach. We're going to wrap up with Michael Grange.
Hey, Nick. Sorry, I'm a little bit late here.
Just saw you on TV. You were just on my TV 2 seconds ago, man. How do you do it? Jeez Louise.
I'm late for your press conferences. Is exactly how I do it.
Double tonight. Go ahead.
Anyway, I know you've probably talked about Malachi, but I just want to ask that little stretch in the second quarter when, he hit a three. He did some offense, but it seemed like every time, it was more his defense that just seemed to change a tone there. And how valuable is that? The way he seems to be able to make plays defensively.
Well, it's valuable, Michael. I think he's learning a lot from the guys. There's veterans that he's playing behind because he's making a lot of similar plays. Instinctual, anticipation, quick hands. All those things come into play when you're making plays like that.